Good evening. It is Tuesday, August the 22nd, about 9 o'clock p.m. This is Shay Gibson with Wind Alert, bringing you a wind, wave, and weather forecast for Thursday, August the 24th, which is the Surfers Healing event at Folly Beach next to the Pier. It's an all-day event, so we hope that the weather will cooperate and that we'll have a little bit of wave action. We'll get into that in just a moment. Right now, you're looking at the main website. This is the 20th anniversary season for Surfers Healing. This will be the 10th anniversary for Folly Beach, thanks to Nancy Hussey, who runs this event. So this video goes out for her in the Facebook page, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on that so you can take a look at it. You can find this on Facebook under the events, Surfers Healing Folly Beach. And there's a little bit of a description here. It shows you what to expect for the day. There's some Discord here, some posts, and some really positive things going on with this event. My little boy, he's Merrick. He is 5 years old. This will be his third year going to it. He didn't get into the event last year. We took him anyways just to have him out in the waves. He did get in the first year, and so we're looking forward to it. He did get in this year on the lottery, so we're very excited to have him be a part of it. But we need to go ahead and talk about the wind and weather. So let's go ahead and look at the surface map and see what's going on for the weather pattern. We have this cold front that is slowly heading towards the east coast and the southeast region. We do expect this to come very close Thursday morning, maybe overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, very close to the coast and stall inland for a period. So it looks like for the day Thursday, this front will not be directly over us, but it may bring a little bit of showers and thunderstorms up through the area in the morning. Hopefully we'll get some clearing by mid to late morning, and then maybe we'll get those late afternoon thunderstorms enough to get that event pretty much nailed down for the day. That's kind of what I hope will happen. So that's going to be our pattern, that the winds are going to be in relation to this high pressure out here in the Atlantic, bringing in a southerly draw ahead of it. That's what's going to keep that cold front back to inland. So we're looking at evening times being sort of a nighttime jet, which will help increase some of the swell. By the time the morning rolls around, that jet burns off, and then we get a little bit of a glassy period. We'll talk about that in just a second. Here's our rainfall total forecast. This is for the entire day Thursday, so it does show some quantitative precipitation forecasts of reaching about an inch, maybe a little bit, an inch and a quarter for our area. This is not exact. You can see the purples and the blues directly over us with some greens. It does suggest that some of that prefrontal moisture may make it over us off of the Gulf of Mexico up through our area. So we'll have to be keeping an eye on that. Here's the NAM 3-kilometer model. This starts at Wednesday evening, and I'm just going to run this through from hour 27. And we'll run this through, and as we go into Thursday morning, the time here, if you take a look right here, this is the timestamp. This is done in UTC hours, so whenever we do modeling, we go back 5 hours. So this is really Thursday morning at 1 o'clock a.m. And then as we go forward in time, we see the rain sort of come through in the morning right along the coastline. You can see how it's hugging the coast right here. As we get into 8 a.m. UTC, but then as we get into further in the morning, let me get these hours right, 38, 39, we see it clear out a little bit along the South Carolina coast. This is at 6 o'clock a.m. and then we see it clearing out, and then the thunderstorms do not come back until later. They start to collect along the coast where the very mild sea breeze will be in place. So let's go ahead and take a look at the area right now, and this is what I'm talking about with this nocturnal jetting, the evening jet, that may help kick up some of the swell overnights. This is expected tonight and tomorrow night. As a cold front approaches the region, this is typically what happens. We get this overnight jetting that tends to be stronger than the daytime winds in most cases, and then as the front nears by, we'll see those winds kick up, maybe even a little bit stronger tomorrow night. We're looking at maybe 18 knots versus 15 knots. So that may help draw that groundswell up for the morning. If we look at the wind forecast, this also has some wave forecast embedded into it. For Thursday right here, here we go. This is what the winds are expected to do right here. So you see these winds kicking up, gusting up near 20 knots, 14 gusting near 20 knots, kicks up that swell from the south, and then the winds die off in the morning. So we are left with basically a light to modest wind for the day, which is good for the waves. It keeps them a little bit on the glacier side. It won't be as rough as some of our other types of winds, like the really strong southwest sea breezes or the northeast winds. And then if we look at our wave forecast as well, right here we have about 2 to 3 feet. So surf line is showing 1 to 2 feet. I think that groundswell could be 2 feet in the morning, especially if we're looking at the tide chart. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that right now. Let me scroll down, and here's our tide chart for Thursday. And you can see right here, low tide 4:14 a.m., high tide at 10:41 a.m. So the best chance for higher waves is going to be in the morning, early morning, around 8, 9 o'clock. and then after the tide turns at 10:41, we'll see the waves slowly ebb as the day goes on, probably going from 2.5 feet to maybe 1.5 to 2 feet by the afternoon. Now we do look at the NWPS nearshore wave. This is from midnight. I'm going to go ahead and stop it at 33. Let me back up just a little bit, and we'll get into Thursday the 24th. We'll go ahead through midnight, and then you can see here how the waves are up about 3 to 4 feet offshore. Those always along the coastal shelf waters. As they come in, they easily dissipate. As they get to the shallower waters, we're looking at about 2 feet along the coastline as we get into midnight. That the winds basically keep the swell coming in from the southeast, which is good. It keeps that ground swell going. Basically says the same thing, about 2.5 feet in the morning, and then winding down to about 1.5 feet or 2 feet in the afternoon. So here's Folly Beach. This is the surf line forecast, and you can see here on Thursday, right along this table right here, says about the same thing. So just around 2 feet, 1.5 to 2 feet. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more swell than that to generate overnight during the jetting. That will carry through in the morning with some of the glassiness. But that's going to be the wind wave and weather forecast for Thursday. We're looking at some early morning showers, hopefully dissipating and then not coming back until the afternoon. As that sea breeze comes up just a little bit more, that will keep the storms further inland, so that'll be good for us at the beach. We want a little bit of wind, not too much for it to be choppy, but enough for it to be glassy. So that's going to be it for this one. I'm going to try to get back on tomorrow night and do another forecast. If not, it'll be texted. I don't know if I'll have time to do a YouTube because I'll be there at Folly Beach. But either way, wish everyone the best of luck, and I hope the surfers healing goes down very well this year. Thanks. Have a good night.